So, my last video I talked about how I think Hartley Sawyer shouldn't be fired, and it kinda got me interested about making a Flash Season 6 review or a ranked seasons. I figured I may as well just do the ranked because I'll be reviewing Season 6 here, and this is my first time doing something like this as a ranked video, so if you enjoy this type of stuff, be sure to let me know in the comments. And with all that being said, let's get right into it. So number 6, I'm going to be putting Season 3 on here. To start off, I like some episodes in here like the mid-season finale where Barry finds out that in just 6 months or something like that, Iris is going to die. Like, that's a really interesting premise for the back half of the season, and the other episode I really liked was the Once and Future Flash, where Barry time travels into the future to see how he can stop Savitar, but really it doesn't give him much more hope. Both of these are really interesting concepts and I really enjoyed them. Unfortunately, this season suffers from a massive amount of melodrama due to the Iris stuff. Like, we already know Iris isn't gonna die, but they keep playing on that plot point so much, and it was really lame that the person that dies instead of Iris is just some random replaceable Wells. I also really hated what they did with Flashpoint. I honestly don't care for direct comic adaptations, and it was obviously they weren't going to be able to do that anyway, nor was I expecting them to. But for what they did in their own version of it, it was honestly really bad. Like, Barry spends the whole episode pining over a different version of Iris. Like, for some reason he has no confidence in talking to her, even though he's known her for like his entire life. And to top it off, he just erases all of it at the end of the episode anyway, so this entire episode was just pointless. It's supposed to be a really tragic tale, but it just feels so emotionally absent. I could forgive this also if the consequences of it were actually cool, but it's not. Like, the only stuff that happens is that Iris and Joe aren't talking anymore. Like, anyway, this is getting kind of long, so I'm gonna head to the next season, but I'll rate Season 3 a 4 out of 10. Alright, so number 5 is going to be Season 4 of The Flash. I really hated this season. First, I was happy that the writers decided to switch up the tone, but not this much.
We asked for one hero, but now we've got two!
It's time for a showcase showdown. So let's spin that wheel and see what fun prize awaits our new friends.
Like, what am I watching? This is some Batman and Robin type crap. Anyway, I did like some stuff though. I really like the Thinker. The show was getting a bit stale with all the speedster villains, so I like that Barry actually had to use his wit this time instead of his speed. But a problem I have with that is Barry barely uses his wit to defeat the Thinker anyway. He ends up just using his speed to defeat him anyway in the finale, so it just kinda felt like a plot point that kinda got ruined. And another episode I really liked was the one where Barry has to stop a nuclear bomb that's already gone off, and again, super interesting concept that I really liked, but it really broke Barry as a hero because if he's this fast, then nothing should really stop him at this point. Also, I will never forgive the show for doing this.
I'm the Flash.
See, that's what you don't get. You are not the Flash, Barry. We are.
But I'm gonna conclude it here. I'm gonna give The Flash Season 4 a 5 out of 10. Next up, at number 4 is Season 5. I honestly didn't hate this season. I think the tone they got here was pretty much perfect, and it was so refreshing to see after 2 seasons of getting it completely wrong. I honestly really like Nora. Even though her character makes some really dumb decisions, it's kinda understandable because she's supposed to be flawed. I only have 2 major problems with this season. First, Barry feels like he gets shafted like a lot, and it doesn't really feel like a show is always about him. Second, Cicada is a god-awful villain that was stretched out for 23 episodes. Like, if you were to take a shot every time Cicada stupidly gets away, well, you'd probably be blacked out. But that's pretty much all I have to say. I'm gonna give The Flash Season 5 a 6 out of 10. Next up at number 3 is Season 6. I really like this season. I like this season so much that I almost made it number 2 on this list. I think the main thing that holds this season back is that it wasn't able to tell all its story due to being cut short. There's a lot of random filler in this season and it really is not entertaining. One thing I wasn't a huge fan of was probably what they did with Iris for the second half of the season. Like, I didn't hate it, but I just feel like that was really dragging on much longer than it needed to. Lastly, the dialogue is really bad. You know, there's such good writing in this season, and then you get some of the worst dialogue ever.
Hi. Cecile Horton, metahuman attorney, but I also have 20 years of experience defending non-metahumans. The law is my game, Cecile is my name. And you're her knight in shining armor? Ralph, I love it! By the way, you two, when I read the both of you with my powers, I could barely tell you apart. You and Sue are definitely surfing the same wave.
And sometimes even editing. Like, this is straight up some like 90s crap or something. It's so off-putting. But other than that, the season rules, and it's probably due to the new showrunner. He completely understands who Barry is as a person, and Joe is revived, man. He has had like nothing to do since season 2, and he feels properly used this season. I also liked the first half a lot. It created a lot of interesting drama in the team due to the crisis, and I really love the villain of that, which created some nice horror elements. Overall, this season doesn't have too much filler, but the ones that are kinda like, it really drags the season down, and the season really utilizes its characters to their maximum potential, and I'm gonna give Flash Season 6 an 8 out of 10. Next up at number 2 is Season 2. Honestly, I wasn't a huge fan initially when it opened back up, and for some reason, a big issue this show has is creating lasting consequences. The ending of Season 1 blew my mind when I first saw it, and it was pretty anticlimactic to how it was resolved. Then Season 2 drags for the next like 5 episodes until the show decides to mix things up and introduce Zoom in the 6th episode of the show, and let me tell you something. I loved Zoom. This dude has no vendetta or motive other than to just beat the crap out of anything that stands in his way of becoming the best. I also loved the Earth 2 stuff. That's probably some of my favorite Flash stuff, like, ever. Just look at this scene.
Thank you so much for the anniversary tickets to Atlantis. You know, your dad and I have always wanted to go.
I'm really glad you liked them.
Are you okay? You sound kind of strange.
I'm fine. I'm really glad to hear you happy, Mom.
Oh, I love you, Barry.
God, how can you not love that? But yeah, my main issue is really just the first half of Season 2 and the beginning of the second half. But yeah, every other episode is pretty much just perfect to me, and I'm gonna give the Flash Season 2 an 8.5 out of 10. And obviously in first place is Season 1. God man, this season is so good. Each season of The Flash is tonally different, but this first season captures the magic of superhero origins so well. It felt like I was watching Sam Raimi's Spider-Man on TV, but I was thankfully blessed with 23 of those episodes. Wow, I never thought I'd say that. Huh. But yeah, this season has the most heartbreaking moments, epic moments, and it really captures the best stuff of small-scale superhero adventures, and every character, every villain, it's just so good. I'm gonna give The Flash Season 1 a 10 out of 10. Critically, it probably doesn't deserve that, but I am a little biased, and I just really love this season. I mean, besides the first 2 seasons of Arrow and Daredevil, I mean, I've never felt so emotionally into a superhero show this much, and it's just so great. Yeah, there's still some love triangle crap and cheesiness, but it really compensates in all the other areas. So, what do you think of my ranked seasons? Do you agree with me, disagree, whatever it is? I'd love to know your opinion in the comments below. Also, let me know if you want more of these. I actually had a lot of fun doing this, and wouldn't mind doing more. With all that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Peace.